me, Renee. I'm back. So I'm not sure if you see it. You might see it. I'm a bit tired today. Yeah. So I went to work today for 10 hours. 10 allow hours. I repeat, 10 hours. I suppose some places in the world maybe that's common. It's not here in Norway, and it's definitely not for me because I work part time. Not because I don't want to work full time, but that's the job I have. But yeah, I work in a bookstore, so once a year we have to. I think there's probably a word in it for English. But anyway, yeah, once a year we have to count all the products in store. So all the books, all the games, everything. So it takes quite a while. And even though like today, yeah, we were there for like counting for like 9 hours. The last hour was like double checking and stuff. And even then, we had counted some stuff yesterday and some stuff on Friday. And even with pre-counting, it took all day today. So yeah, right now I'm just so tired. You could say to yourself, "What? Why are you posting a video then if you're so tired?" Well, it's just gonna be a short video, and I don't know. I just am. I'm stubborn. Even though technically the smart thing to do would be just to go to sleep or just to do this TBR tomorrow. Eh, I'm not gonna be smart. And yeah, I'm gonna do a small video. Yeah, yeah, I know. I really do short videos. Well, anyway, it's what it is. This is actually gonna be two TBRs in one. One of them, as you see, already know from the title, one of them is like majority of it, and the other one is kind of like I'm going to talk about at the end. But yeah, so the first one here is the FemmeFanTale readathon. It's the last 8 days of the month, so it starts on Saturday. Let me It starts. Let me double check. When does it start? Doesn't say here. Well, it's I have calendar. La 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 la. This is fun for me to watch. Wait, you to watch? It starts. Yeah, it starts next Wednesday. So on 2 days from now. So I suppose it's not that long till then. So yeah. And then the other readathon that I'll be doing is the Buzzwordathon, which is the whole next week. So yeah. But yeah, first I'm gonna talk about FemmeFanTale. Jean from Jean's Bookish Forge is the main host of this one. I'll link her, of course, in doobly-doo. The point of this is to read fantasy and science fiction by females, because often they're overshadowed by males. Though, I don't know, if you ask me, like, name a science fiction or fantasy author, I would probably name like 5 or 10 females before mention about boy, male one. So yeah, I suppose it kind of depends like which books you read and stuff. But yeah, anyway, it's a really fun readathon, and yeah, that's what I'm doing this next few days. And yeah, I'm also doing the Voltathon this next week, so the last part of the month is just jam packed of readathons. And yeah, I'm still doing the Monsterathon and Bad Bitches because that's during the whole month. Have I read that many books this month? No, I haven't. Will I read all the books that I plan to read for the rest of the month? Probably not, but you never know. You never know. So yeah, here's my TBR. So the first prompt is Africa. So that will be either book either written by an African female author, science fiction or fantasy, or it could be set in Africa. So it doesn't have to be like it could be that it has to be an African author, but it doesn't have to be set in Africa or like African inspired. But it could also just kind of be as simple as just being an African author or African American author. So with this one, sorry, I just saw a book that we're looking for, and now it's just over there. Yeah, great, nice, found it. But yeah, back to the TBR. It's the first prompt is yeah. I just fell on my chair. I have this office chair, so oops. It's fun for you guys, or like maybe you're confused, like what happened with Renee? I'm back. I'm back. So yeah, first a little story time. Back in April, May, earlier this year, when there was a social book fest on YouTube, like all the panels were so fun. Well, most of them were so fun, interesting. I got lots of new book tips, and that's also when I sorry, when I discovered Raber by Jordan Ifeko, and she was on a panel that talked about it. It just sounded so interesting. So of course I had to put it on my TBR. I think maybe just the next week, or I think very quickly after that. Anyway, I looked like if I can find it on my audiobook app. I could, and so I like ordered it. And I thought like, oh, okay. So now I have, and it looked like it was coming out like in the fall. And for a long time, like I thought like, okay, so then it's coming out in September. Turns out, like it's, and here we are, September. Now it's out in ebook form, but in audiobook form, it's not until November. And yeah, I don't really do ebooks, so I had to change my TBR for this readathon with the Wayweaver. Can't really read it if I don't really have it. I suppose, yeah, I could buy it someplace, but yeah, I'm just gonna postpone that. And still, I mean, my reading mood is not that consistent, so I might not have read it anyway. So yeah, but I will try now to read Shuri by Nick Stone. As you might have guessed, it's a spin-off. It's an official Marvel story set in the Black Panther universe. It's about Shuri. Uh, and Shuri, which is the cool. She is just completely blanking on the name of because blah 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 blah. Yeah, she's the sister of T'Challa, the protagonist in Black Panther. And yes, this teen, she loves STEM. She's very sassy and know-it-all, and I really loved the character uh, in the movie, and I really like Nick Stone's short story in Snow in Love. So yeah, I kind of wanted to read other books by Nick Stone. It's not big, so yeah, I want to get to this one. Then also had original plans to read this one, A Crown of Wishes, for the next prompt, which is Asia. So this is Indian mythology. Well, it's Indian version of Greek mythology. Though after buying this, like lots of weeks after this, I discovered like, oh, this is the second book in duology. Yeah, okay. I still want to read it, but I shouldn't read it first before I read the first book. So I'm gonna hold on reading this one. And instead, I'm going to do. Give me. You know what? I'm just gonna do it like that. Not full again. I didn't. But yeah. So instead, I'm doing Not Your Backup by C.B. Lee. This is an Asian American author. I suppose most of the books, most of the authors on my list are something American, so they're not specifically from other like Africa or uh, Asia, but like it's still part of them, and it's still like there in their books. So I'm pretty sure you can do it that way. So yeah, this is the third book in the Not Your series. It's a teen superhero series. It's actually dystopian, but it's It's a dystopian I really like. Most of the time, I don't really like dystopians. This series I really enjoy. I would say it's kind of like a Marvel series for teens. Also, Marvel is for teens, but yeah, you know what I mean. And with queerness, and it's just very good. It's diverse in the queer and the ethnicity. It's just very good. And yeah, haven't gotten to this one yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah. Also, the protagonist in this one is asexual, so that's quite fun. And yeah, and then the next prompt is Oceania. Oceania. That sounds so weird. How do you pronounce that again in English? Ocean. You know that like period that area around Australia, and then you have New Zealand and the other islands. Oceania. Ah, suddenly words just difficult. You get what I mean. So with this one, a classic. Well, for me, a classic anyway. It is. Can you guess? Maybe not. It is named by Maren Cooley. So this is the first in her uh, time travel series. It was originally a trilogy, but then became actually quartet. There was a fourth book who came out. It came out 2 years ago now. Yeah, 2 years ago. And yeah, this is just one of my all-time favorite books series. I just love it so much. It started my love for time travel. It's still my most beloved time travel books, though there's a lot of other ones that really also are very good as well. And yeah, this is multiple point of views, lots of characters, prophecies. The tropes are all done in a great way. The multiple love, there's no love triangle. It's not badly done love triangle, and it's just so good. Check it out. Perfect book if you want to read more Australian authors. And yeah, as I said, the character, the author Maren Curley is from Australia. So yeah, it fits here. So you know what? I'm gonna give a little recommendation. If you wanting to do sorry, readathon as well. If you thought like, maybe I'll do this. Like, if you have like, if you have access to audiobooks or ebooks, or if you have a library close to you, or who knows. In addition to this one, that's a great Australian author. I'll also recommend Alison Goodman. She writes this one, which is a trilogy. It's set in Elizabethan England. It's steampunky, but the author is Australian, and you don't really have to have the setting in Australia. And her other series, Eon and Iona, is a retelling of Mulan, and that's set in China. So that's also a good recognition, I would say. Though with that one, I would say just read Eon because you don't really need to read both. I would say Iona is iffy. Most people don't really like it, and yeah, I agree. I think the first book is much better, really. So yeah, and that's a good book to read for that. If you need a pick for Australian author. Yeah. Then the next prompt is Europe. With this one, I'm gonna go with Six of Crows. I've been actually kind of meaning of rereading this for like months and months now. I haven't really gotten past a few pages in. I have a bookmark in her. Like, it's just 2-3 pages into it. I mean, it's a reread for me. So why I haven't gone further into it, I don't know. Because 2020 has been a weird year. Because all the books. Because. So hopefully this will be kicking the butt to pick this one up again. I really want to reread it in preparation for Netflix show that's coming out soon. Well, soon. It's coming out 2021, probably. I suppose it could come in late this year, though probably not. Who knows? But yeah, I really want to reread this one. So yeah, hopefully I'll get to it. Who knows? It's not impossible I'll do it. And then La-ba-da-ba-da. Here's some logistics. And the next prompt is so like the first prompts are like different places in the world. Yeah, forgot one about one as well. And then there's one prompt that's pre-2000, so a book that came out before 2000. Often booktube and readers focus on newer books. So this is a fun way to like get a hold of an older book. And with this one, I'm going to go with no. You know what? I had a plan for this one, and then I changed it up. And I remember I can't read that one I changed it up for. Ham. Ham. You know what then? I'm not sure. Well, yeah, actually. Huh? Actually, I know what I can do with this one. So, with this one, because I actually have some Tomorrow Peace books on audiobook. And I think most of actually, at least a lot of them are pre-2000. So yeah, I'll choose Tomorrow Peace book to do. I'll do that. And I'll just write this down here. It's nice to have it in my notes, isn't it? I think so. But yeah, then the next question prompt is LGBTQIA plus. So a book with queer up by trans, asexual, what have you. Of course, I'm already reading this one, so you kind of already have it in there. So if I read this one, I'll check that one off as well. So like, if I end up, blah 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 blah, yeah, if I end up like feeling like I want to read something else or just changing it up, I have A Fire and Stars by Audrey. I can never remember her last name. But yeah, anyway, I'll link it down below. It's a high fantasy, science fiction. It's a high fantasy and lesbian love story. It's got mixed reviews, but I'm very curious about it. So yeah, I want to try it out. Then up next we have North America. Yeah, I thought I had finished all the places. I haven't. Still have one. I still have two more left. So North America, which I have. No, sorry. With this one, Cinderella is Dead, which is a book that came out this year. It's a retelling. Well, I would say, yeah, it's more a remix with Cinderella with Black protagonist. It's also supposed to be dystopian, which I don't really like that much. And I recently saw that this one has Hunger Games vibes, which is like, oh, oh, oh. But still, I heard so much great things about this one, so I want to give it a try. Though, yeah, then again, asterisks. Who knows how many of these books I'll actually get to? But I want to try. I desperately want to try. Then, yeah, and then there's also prompt of South America. With this one, I don't actually have sorry, physical read, physical TBR book, but I do have a book on my audiobook app. It's I suppose I have two options there. Yeah, two options. So I either sorry, I either have there's a spin-off of The Girl of Fire and Thorns that came out earlier this year. Yeah, earlier this year. It's inspired by Latin America. It's up in it, but it's very you can pretty sure see very clearly like the inspiration of it. So yeah, so I can either do that book, sorry, or I can do the short stories, a short story collection set in that same world. I can do that. Probably will do that because it's short stories, so it's more accessible and yeah, well, easier, like easier to get through or to get to really. So yeah, that's that. And then there's a translated work, which I suppose I could simply just get a book in Norwegian. I suppose I could, though, like, I don't know. I haven't really read that many books, at least not fancy books that I feel like I've done that well in Norwegian. I feel Norwegian translations are often much better if they're contemporary versions, though it's been a while, so I might be wrong here. But anyway, with this one, I'm going with A Winter's Promise, which is which is translated to English from French. So yeah, it's high fantasy, and it's a beautiful cover. I've heard not much about it, but I heard some great things about it. So yeah, I'm curious to get to this one. It's big though, so if I just will start it, if I'm too intimidated to start it, I don't know. But yeah, it's there on my TBR. Sorry. And then up next is a book in a series. With this one, I'm actually currently listening to A Ship Lost in Time. No, A Ship in Time. Titles. And I'm also tired today, right now. But yeah, it's this last and second book in the They Go From Here to There, from by Heidi Hilbig. And yeah, so I'm listening to that on audio, and I'm really loving it. And the author is Asian American, so it takes off that. But yeah, it's a time travel series. So yeah, and it's the second one in the series. So yeah, that one looks that one. And that one I'm pretty sure I'll be continuing. Though yeah, famous last words. Often, like before I've said like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna read this book, this read one, and I'll read all the other books. So yeah, take everything I say, everything with a grain of salt. Absolutely everything. But yeah, and then there's a next prompt that's standalone. With this one, I'm not quite sure. This might be standalone, so in that way, I might pick up this one. No, this might be a first in series. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I'm not really quite sure. I might, I might simply skip that because yeah, my TBR is kind of big now. But yeah, and then also there's a last prompt that's decide for yourself. For this one, I'm not quite sure like how I want to phrase the prompt, but like I do have some more books that I kind of want to get to. So decide for myself. One of these four, or if the mood catch me, all four. So I do American Majesty. I'm already doing this for another readathon, so this one I'm probably definitely reading. And it's contemporary, so it's pretty easy to get into. I might start this tomorrow. Who knows? Probably. Maybe. And then This Marked Girl, which is fantasy. It's urban parallel fantasy. Well, it's portal fantasy. And then Ink, Iron, and Glass, which is kind of like it's high fantasy, but it's based in Italy, in 14th century Italy. So that sounds very cool. And The Blossom and the Firefly, which is a historical fiction, a queer fantasy, no, so queer love story, and it just sounds very cool. So yeah, I want to get to. I suppose most want to get to these two, like I suppose these three, but I do also want to get to the other one. So yeah, my list for the FemmeFanTale. But yeah, just a quick little wrap up. Quick little changing of scenes. As I said earlier, next week is also the Buzzwordathon. That's hosted by Books and Lala, Kayla. Yeah, Kayla from Books and Lala. I'll link her in doobly-doo. And the buzzword for this round is night. And honestly, I can't really find that many books on my TBR from physical or like audiobook that had night really in it. Though I suppose you can do midnight, you can do like night, so you K night and IGHT, so you don't really have to do like night in the traditional way. No, yeah, I already have big TBR. Luckily, I have got this one a few weeks ago actually on close kiosk. It's Hot Nights in Havana, or as you probably see, it's Norwegian translation. So it's Havannas hete netter. It's Harlequin romance. And yeah, I kind of think it's kind of fun to try little harlequin romance. I read some of them earlier, but not really in many years now. And I've actually been to Havana twice, so I find it's going to be really fun to read a book set there. So that's fun. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, as I said, well, I already have that list of books planned, but like maybe I end up picking up audiobooks, and then for that of those, I probably will do working with like Buzzwordathon, and then I might do Night Spinner, which is one book that I'm looking forward to. That's coming out this year. Well, it is out this year, and also Princess at the Midnight Ball, and I suppose that's kind of more or less those. Though maybe I'll find some other books that I haven't really thought about. So who knows? But yeah, it's a plan at the moment, really. And yeah, that's my over ambitious TBR for the next week and a half. Well, I suppose in a way, basically the rest of the month. And yeah, talk to me. Tell me if you read any of the books I talked about. If you have any recommendations to the Buzzwordathon, to the female fan tale, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.